Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. This is Harika. So, in the previous video, we have seen what is the difference between generative AI and agentic AI, right? So, going forward, I'll just try to explain a small concept for you over here, which is how the language models differ from our reasoning models. Okay, so here is a small example that I wanted to showcase you in order to drive this particular scenario. So first of all, you can see it on the screen that I'm actually using a model, which is a language model. Just to give you an overview of the language model. So basically, these are trained in order to understand and generate the text. So let's say, for example, you have given a, or you're writing a particular text, or you're putting a prompt in ChatGPT, right? So it gives you the text. It helps you create a draft for your email, or it will help you to create a nice blog, right? So all of these are the capabilities of the language models. So these are basically trained with lots and lots of data that can help predict the patterns. And not just that, it actually helps to generate the text. It will also helps in creating the code. It We also know that it is very good at doing the Q&A, question and answers, and it also helps translate the data. But however, it loses the capability when it comes to logical thinking and also problem solving. So here is one such example how you can differentiate between the language model and also the reasoning model, and this will give you a clear perspective of when to choose which particular model, right? So let me just show you here. I'm just using Llama 3 8B8192, which is a language model. So here I just ran this particular code, and then if you see, the question is, my prompt is 9.11 and 9.1, which is, sorry, 9.9, which is bigger. This is my prompt, right? And here you can see the response. It just gives you the response. It won't have that capability in order to break the task and think and reason and response, right? So these things are not the capabilities of the language model. So here if you see, it's straightforward, given an answer 9.11 is bigger than 9.1, but it does not know what's the reason behind it, and for sure it's not true, right? So the language models fail at reasoning, right? So in order to choose, or if your use case is basically problem solving and complex reasoning, so in such cases we would prefer a reasoning model. So for example, here if you see, I have my reasoning model, which is Gemini 2o Flash. So I'll be activating that for now to test, and also I'll enable reasoning true, right? So now if you see, I will be using this particular model, which is reasoning model, and also you will see a great difference in the way that it provides the response, because these reasoning models breaks down the problem and they think step by step. So now you will also see how the response is differing. So let me just run this particular flow. So the one major drawback of this is, as it thinks through chain of thoughts, and it takes a little lot time compared to the language model. So ideally this is slow compared to that, but however, this gives the accurate response and it does not hallucinate just like the language model. Okay, so if you see, it has multiple steps of reasoning, right? If you see here, the response is not just the answer, and it goes through different steps. As I have told you, it breaks down the things. It thinks through multiple steps. You can see here, it analyze the problem, it will restate the question, and then if you see, it compose, it strategize, it kind of takes the basics, and it kind of like, basically if we are trying to solve a math problem, how do we write the steps, right? So it's kind of does the things in a similar fashion, and where it will kind of give a perfect answer. See the final answer. I will present the final answer. 9.9 is bigger than 9.11. And it has a reason, valid reason for coming up with this answer. It don't hallucinate, or it does not create a answer. So this is how the reasoning models are more accurate in order to performing the tasks, especially that involve math and puzzles and decision making. Right. So this is how the reasoning models work. So it it depends on the type of use case that you're working on. So based on that, you can actually choose between the reasoning model, or you have to go with your language model. So there are actually different types of models that are available, right? So if you wanted to just have a look, just for the time being, I can just show you. Let me just showcase you one of the model. So if you see here, these are the various models that are available. So if this is in Grok Cloud, so I'm using the open source ones. So these are all open source. You can choose any of the models. Some can be reasoning model, some can be the language model. Depending upon your use case, you can go ahead and you can pick one, and you have all the playground over here. You can just check which model works good for you, and you can choose that based on your requirement, right? So I hope I have cleared the differences between the language and the reasoning model, and I've also shown you from where you can choose and which one you can try based on your use case. So that's how you can choose the model and you can work accordingly. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you find this insightful, do subscribe to my channel and continue watching for more videos. Thank you so much.